I was looking at the news too, talking about the mess they got in Yemen. Do you know every other country have evacuated their people but America? This is what these people get for pledging allegiance to these people's flag, believing in these people and hoping in them. You know they done left these people over there deserted? The first American just got killed, flew over there to get his wife and kids out, and got killed himself. America ain't going over there to help. America has evacuated. They've closed their embassy. Russia, India sent warships over there and escorted thousands of their people out there. Russia getting their people out. Only people ain't showed up is America. Ain't you just proud of this place? But then again, what do I expect out of these people? Just being honest, what do you expect out? I'm not even surprised they desert their own. They always been deserters. Nothing surprised me. Ain't that right? These people trust in lying words that cannot profit them. I was looking at a picture that Brother Moses sent me earlier today where they were showing how since the early 90s to 1950, how blacks and Native Americans were put inside of zoos, showing them inside a little fence, white people feeding them. Little black kid, little girl with a dress on, and you got white people feeding her like an animal. They say this has still existed up into the 2000s in Europe. I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised to find out that America and Europe displays you like a caged animal. This is what they always do. These people victimize us, they rape us, they lie to us, they denigrate us, then they make a fool out of us. They use a black man and make a fool out of black men. They got a black man sitting up in the office. When he ever going to Iran? Why would he worry about Iran getting emancipated or getting weapons of mass destruction? That has nothing to do with the so-called Negro. That's white people's problem. You built these bombs. You dug up these chemicals. You brought these diseases out here that you give into these countries, and now you come back and call them weapons of mass destruction. Before Saddam Hussein was on the scene, who gave it to the Tuskegee experiment? Come on. Before Gaddafi got them. Huh? What about all these other people that wind up with these diseases? What about the Indians who they gave smallpox? Nobody in the Middle East gave it to them. They were people that were right here. People that got off a ship and shook hands with them and ate with them and learned how to hunt and grow tobacco to sell back to their other white counterparts, and they came back and they raped them and took their land. But you know what? The American Indians in no place to be upset. He had free hunting and fishing license for the rest of his life. Now what you gonna ask for better than in America? Huh? I fish without a hunting license and a fishing license. You gotta catch me if you can. This is just a mess. You know, it hurt me so bad when I looked at that picture, watching this little black girl sitting inside. Listen, you got all these people surrounded by her. She on a fence, and they just reaching over, giving her food, just like they do animals. Didn't I tell? Let me ask y'all this. Who told y'all to stop going to these zoos? You did. Who told y'all looking at them caged animals just like us? I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised. How many times I tell you I quit supporting these people? You know how you stop supporting them? By stop being a fool for them. Quit buying their liquor, quit buying their cigarettes, quit sitting around here listening to their junk, pledge allegiance to their flag, stop getting off their government support. Let them people have that junk. I'll do without. Anything they give you later on, they're going to come back and take it from you. I've been told y'all, these people rump a steel skin. They ain't never gave nobody nothing they ain't come back to get. They set Saddam up, then they came back and took him down. They put Gaddafi up and they took him down. Everybody they put their hands on, they gonna come back to get you. Now, why would you be a fool to take something from these people and think they gonna come back and get you later for it? They hate me. They hate me because I opened the eyes of the so-called Negro. I could never be an African American. Yeah, I could be a victim of America, but I could never be an American. You can't be an American. An American got rights. That's only given to whites. You ain't white, so you can't ever be an American. You can be a victim of America. You can never have what's called the American dream. You can have an American nightmare. Teach your children right and stop telling them lies. These same people came with Christian ethics and morals. Now they sit up here and they let 2 men get married. 2 women get married. Then they let them adopt kids. Then they let them test tube babies. Anything to try to mimic and look like us. These people never had morals. They got morals from us.
That's true.
And since they dismoral, it didn't take them long to get rid of them. Now we sit around, and truth be told, we the biggest disgrace out here now. You know what killed me? With as much money run through the so-called Negro community and through these black churches and organizations we got, how is it ain't nobody got enough sense to sit down yet and formulate and establish our own place? How much money? How much sense does it take for a man that got 25,000 members? A man can raise $65 million for a jet, and you can't build nothing where blacks can sit up and support blacks and start to establish our own nation? That's how the CIA set them up. I told y'all they support these people. There's nowhere in the world that man got no $65 million from these people. The government supported. They ain't gonna support me. Because I teach people the fundamentals about God. Anytime you got credibility and you got standard, America don't want nothing to do with you. They don't have any credibility. They don't have any credibility at the UN. They have to lie, manipulate people. They trick people into supporting them. They told people to go into Iraq, the man had weapons of mass destruction. They couldn't even find a butane lighter. They took a trailer and stripped it down. They couldn't find nothing. Documents they found were years old, dug up. They had to dig them up out of rose garden. Couldn't find nothing. These people do nothing but tell you lies, make fools out of you, make you hate people you don't even know. You know what they teach you how to do? They teach you how to be white. White people, only people can do that. I couldn't imagine just walking up and gunning you down. I don't know nothing to you. I know nothing about you. You done nothing to me. Explain to me what can make me walk up and gun this man down. I don't even know him. This man has never done nothing. I'm talking about come to his home, shoot this man and his family and blow them up. How can I get that type of mindset? They had to teach me to be white. That means I got to give them, I got to pledge allegiance to a flag. That means I got to believe in a system, even though I know the system is corrupt. They had to train me to be white. Then when I get my black behind back over here off that ship or off that plane and land on the ground, I find out I ain't nothing but a nigga. I'm an expendable. What else can train you to do something like that? See, after they train you, they put you out there, you go and commit these crimes, then you got to consider you ain't really in no position to talk about the white man. You do the same thing. They don't like me, do they? Probably because I don't wear strings. Probably because I don't bend over and let him put his hand in my behind and let him move my mouth. You got to be moved by the power of God. That's why our people got to start becoming free thinkers. Putting our homes back together. Teaching our men how to get back. Any morals, any respect we're going to get back in our home got to come from us. We can't wait on Leave It to Beaver Part 2. Father made a mess. They said father no best. He was white. Father made a mess. You know he was sleeping with his daughter. Where are we going to get this stuff from? Some of the stuff we find out we doing now, you know good and well we got it from these people. A black man committing suicide because he went broke. We always been broke. Isn't that right? Talking about we going through something. When you got this black skin, that's how you came in. You came out from your mama, you were going through something. We always going through something. Suicide and quit. We got that stuff from them. Isn't that right? We come from hard work. Y'all hear me? The people we follow, who we mimic, the standard they set for us, the standard we set for our women come from the book. You can't look at these women. These women got to draw pigmentation on their face. These women got to go and insert fat in their boobs just to get one good tip. They got to go get pig fat and insert in their behind just so they got something they can hold on the toilet. Can you imagine every time you sit on the toilet you fall through? While the black woman going surgically removes her behind. Surgically cuts her tit down to a thumbnail just so she can be accepted. So she can run with the Kardashians. A Lionel Richie daughter. Let me tell you something. I don't use any of these people to try to sit down and say I'm moral. I look at the book. If you want to know or not you the right person or a good person, look at the book. Don't ever go by these people's standard. They're going to call everybody else in and ask them what's their opinion. The people they call in the interview, you know why they call these people in? Because I already got something on you. When you say something I don't like, I'm going to bring something up on you that's going to shoot you down. That's why they don't call me. Let's say they ain't calling me and ask me about the homosexual. I'm the only one to tell them about their mama. Huh? What is a straight man or a homosexual man going to tell me about two men being together? I'm going to ask them, how did you get him? Explain to me how you got him. That's all I need to know. In case shut. Why would I be arguing with another man about two men being together? It don't make common sense. But the people they bring on there, they already got something on them. That's why when you come on there, you already be prepared to say, your mama. Huh? They think it's okay. A man gonna argue with me about it. Say, what if I told you your daddy was a faggot? And he gonna get real upset. What if I tell you your mama was a bulldogger? Since you say ain't nothing wrong with it. Watch your facial expression. You got to challenge these people to make them do better. Y'all all right? Who else going to teach our children? Who we going to look to, the athletes? Who we going to look to, the drug dealers? Who we going to look to, the police officers? Man, the whole world criminal. It's criminal when the people won't turn to God. These people don't want nothing honest here. They don't want nothing with any respect. The sad part, they here with these people. The people that they're releasing here, they here with them. Now, what did that tell you about them? What did that tell you about me? I'm sitting here married with kids. I got a daughter and sons, and I'm sitting here and I'm an advocate for homosexual marriage and homosexual adopted kids. What does that say about me? That means I'm a dismoral man. They got enough on me that I got to sign off on it. Ain't in no position to say nothing different. None of these talk show hosts, nobody can say. Every time you ask, well, I mean, people, I just don't have time to think about it. I don't know how. Some little kid getting raped, molested, and you ain't got time to think about it. Look at how many of us been molested, been victimized. And you can only imagine what's going to happen when you release them into a society that's okayed it. Is it going to get any better? How many of us by strangers and aunts and uncles were molested and touched? Teachers and principals. Now you're going to release a whole society of these people and you tell me nothing's going to happen? This is the world we come to. I was talking to the young lady earlier outside. I was telling her about how y'all don't know it's a bigger plan involved. See, the whole thing first was to try to get a right to look like us. They know they didn't fit in. A homosexual was embarrassed before. They're still embarrassed. The only way to get over it is to force their way on you. When they could push enough of them now, they hope to make you feel uncomfortable. And since that still don't work and they still mimic you, now they got rights where they can adopt kids. Now they still know they can't look like you. The next move is to make it illegal for you to be with a woman. Illegal for a woman to be with a man. What do you think the next move is? What's the purpose of teaching it in the schools? In Canada, it's already law. How long y'all think before they overtake us here? All these states going to be subject to it. So ain't no use of running from one state to another. The only thing you do is get yourself anchored in God. That's the only answer for us. The only resolution for us. I can't see how, why can't you find a group of straight people that's standing up for it? God, the truth be told, how many of them in position to even judge them? The average of them are drunks. The average of them are shacking up. The average of them are thieves, liars, and criminals. So they ain't in no position. Where these clean people at out here? Where these so-called good Christians at? Sad part is the Christians are the one welcoming them in. The Christians are going along saying that Jesus advocated homosexuality. Now, why would I be a Christian? Christians have a long line history of hypocrites since the first time they ever started. Why would you want to mimic these people? I was so programmed for years by these people. I was a great Christian. A Christian can hope for something that's impossible and it still believe it. There was no way I could be saved shacking up. But as a Christian, you never know what God can do. I would smoke reefer and pray to God as a Christian, hoping that God would see my earnesty. And there was no way God could hear me. Now when his book said the eyes of the Lord are over to who? And his ears are open unto who? But the face of the Lord is against them. How is it possible for God to hit me while I was high off of marijuana? How is it possible for me to pray to God while I was laying up and I was shacking up? How is it possible when I was drinking and selling drugs that God had his eyes over me still, watching over me? The only people that can believe this are Christians. Huh? When they do right, they still doing wrong. A Christian, they right is wrong. But when you conform to coming to what God actually teaches a man or woman, you got to free yourself. You have to dismiss it. Paul said you got to count all this stuff but loss that you could gain the excellency of the Mashiach, whom they call Christ. That's our problem today. The average of you watching, sitting here today, you are still holding to Christian values. Christian values will kill you. Christian value burn out. The sad part, they burn out their own belief. These people came, stole us, brought us here, taught us a doctrine of being Christians, put us and gave us the theme or the thesis for a church. Then they came back, allowed us to get in and taught us what to teach and what to say and burned us up in it. Now, how much God do you think in that? How much God is in that? They don't even believe in God. You told us about him from your perspective. You taught us and you built churches. You told us here's where you go and pray, and you gave us white Jesus. You gave us crosses and angels and doves, and we sat and we prayed in these places. Then they burned them down. Now, what did they tell you about a Christian? Sad part, people don't want to think about that. You know what else said, though, about Christianity? Good white Christians don't even deal with niggas. They won't even fellowship with you. I can get a white First Baptist church and a black one right across the street, and they will never fellowship. You're right. They'll never fellowship. All these people the same devil. Huh? And the blacks ain't no better. Catholicism has gone through and masterminded the rape of many of our people. They dropped us off where we could be raped. Huh? Where we could be manipulated. And we're still being manipulated. The manipulation has never stopped. They still do it to us every day. When will we become conscious people? Conscious enough to free ourselves and start to watch the people that deliver us these messages. I'm one of the only people you're going to find they're going to tell you to watch even me. You're right. What does everybody use? Propaganda. Propaganda. Everybody uses it. I use it. Your government uses it. Every preacher uses it. So you have to sit back and you have to consider what fits your agenda. When countries get ready to go into other countries and invade, you will notice every country on the UN will not go. You know why? Because your propaganda doesn't fit what I'm trying to do. So you and 5 of your other white cronies will go into their country while we sit back. Some people are free thinkers. You have to be a free thinker. We have to stop letting everybody program our thinking. What you have to do is sit back. You consider every piece of information that's given to you. Then you have to consider 2 things. What's your agenda? And what is the agenda of the person that you're trying to speak with? Does their agenda fit, meet, or go against what you're trying to do? You got to be a free thinker. That's what I do. Decisions I make. You can listen to talk radio, but be a free thinker. All these things you hear and everybody you deal with, even books, they're called suggestive thinking. That's the purpose of it. It's suggestive. They can program. You go and you pick up food and different items and you read, what is that stuff called? Ingredients. I'll tell you what fits you and tell you the definition of what things are. Then I'll come back and I'll use other words and I'll tell you the word that I taught you was poison is not in here, and I'll give it another name and I'll still put it on here and have you thinking for that word, and another word has been changed, and now that word is the same word that I programmed you against. You're not a free thinker. You're right. They do it to you all the time. They tell you what that, MSG? You know MSG kill brain cells. So when you read something, you know they teach you now. Once you started to learn something, they changed up. You know what they'll put on the side of it? No MSG. Now you know this is good because it said no MSG. I just named it something else. White people don't people can do that. Only reason I said white people, black people don't have the power to change words. You don't have, listen, if you make up a language, it's called Ebonics. White people make up a word, golly gee, got me with a spoon, it's called valid. Come on. Blacks are trying to be valid. Who trying to be Ebonics? You have no power. You don't even have enough power to be racist. In order to really be racist with a power, you got to be able to have some kind of dominance over somebody. You have no dominance, not even over your roaches. You have no dominance, even with a can of Raid. You have absolutely no power because you lack knowledge. Everything that you know and you do comes from somewhere else. You've never been authentic. You can't even think for yourselves to realize how long are we going to sit around and do water, they do the water cooler talking. Y'all know what you do. You talk around the water cooler, you get real black and powerful. One white walk back, shh. Yeah, I was saying about them crackers. I'm the type of person to say this. If it's something you can't say when they ain't there, I don't think you need to say it at all. I learned to do something years ago. I told you I was a very lovely looking child. And I ain't no ugly adult. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest. And I used to get myself in a lot of trouble because I would say something and tell somebody something and they get back to somebody ugly and then they always want to beat me. They always want to fight me. I try to get them to punch me in the stomach. No, got to be the face. Whatever it is with ugly people, if you ever had these fight, they're going for the face. But I had a teacher one time and she pulled me and she taught me. She told me several times, I never caught on to later. She said, what you need to do, she said, don't say nothing you can't repeat again. She said, if you can't repeat it again, don't say it. I didn't take her advice at first. You tell somebody you think you're going to stay there and get back again, that's a mess. Whatever you say the first time, make sure you can repeat it or don't say it. So what I learned to do, whatever I say the first time, I can say it again. I don't care who tell it. If I can't, you know what I learned you do? Just keep that to yourself. When it comes down to a person drowning, should they keep that to themselves? If it comes down to a person somewhere injured, should they keep them to themselves? Then I don't feel like I should keep anything that's going on against me to myself. It's a cry for help. A lot of people have committed suicide. You know why? Because they felt like nobody cared. Nobody heard their cry for help because they kept silent. See, this is what they teach you how to do. Spiritually, you commit suicide in this place because you're afraid to say what's going on with you. You're afraid to acknowledge what's going on and how you actually been destroyed by it. If you sit back and you watch it, listen, nothing changed in America. They just dressed it up just like MSG and give it another name, baby. Nothing changed. I got one of my sweet secretaries. She happened to go into the human resource office and found out everybody in her department had a raise 3 months ago. And told, you didn't know about it? But what should have happened? She was the only black there. What should have happened? You know what I told her? What you getting mad for? They ain't do nothing wrong. That's the thing people don't realize. Why am I going to get, listen, you a nigga. You weren't supposed to get everything I get. Why would you think everything I get you supposed to get? They tried to teach y'all some things years ago, even during slavery time or even back with sharecropping. As babies and small kids, they would let whites and blacks play. But it reaches a certain age where you got to cut that off. After a certain point, you let them know, no. You can't keep playing with them. Because the social doctrine that I'm teaching you, you're going to wind up getting it wrong. So they break you up as little kids when you reach a certain age, let you know, time for y'all to split up. Isn't that right? It's time for you to change. Because as you keep growing, I realize it becomes detrimental. Let's show you how smart whites are. They know at a certain age it's fine, but then you know when they reach at 4 and 5, you can't keep playing like that. You got to break them up and you got to change the system. They'll do the same thing with y'all on your job. They'll play with you at a certain point, but they realize what they've been taught. It's time we got to split up. We break off. Otherwise, I forget who you are. Huh? We are the most loyal, trustworthy people they've ever found on this planet. Nobody else will do it for them. Go check and see. Nobody else will work for this man. Nobody else will sit back and do what we've done for this man. Nobody else. Let me tell you what happened. If the prison caught, anybody worked at a prison before? Worked at jail. If the jail caught on fire, the prison, do you really think, well, I want to ask you, would the prisoners help put it out? What you think they would do? If the jail caught on fire, would the prisoners try to help put that jail out? What they'll try to do, you think? Let it burn, get out. Explain to me why a nigga would go put Master Plantation out. Because when I put it out and save it, you do know I'm going to still be a slave here. That's the mind of a prisoner. A mind of a prisoner is, if this place burns down, then I can escape. Nobody else thinks like that. Well, other people do, except us. You sit here in prison by these people. You can't watch the news and watch nobody get gunned down more than us. You can't look at people being discriminated more than us. These people got Greek fraternity. They'll sit here and video it. I'm going to make a video. All of us, come on, clap. Clap, fraternity. Come on, clap. Stop. This is my fraternity. Come on, clap. Come on, clap, fraternity. Please, stop. My fraternity got rhythm. Can I get something? All right, come on. He's trying to get in. I don't know if we're going to take him yet. Come on. Ain't no nigga going to get in here unless he hang on a tree. All right, stop, Turner. What's the purpose of me having this video? I'm just going to keep this for myself. I want to get out. Because at the end of the day, what they going to do? You know what was beautiful when I seen that white boy stand up there and tell the people and read his paperwork? I want to apologize for all the people that my video hurt. Who all behind him? Not one white person, all niggas. Everybody behind him a straight nigga sitting here just. I said, his mom and daddy got some good dirt on them dumb niggas standing back down. Because first of all, I have no reason to be here. Why do you need me to stand behind? I already show you how they make a fool out. Why would I be standing behind him while he apologized? I went in the video. You are the only suckers on the planet. White boy stand up, but you know what? He's always, when he go to another country to invade, who he always got behind him? Ain't nothing ever changed. Why he couldn't stand up there for himself? Where were the rest of the white people in the video? Because you know they looked at. I ain't apologizing to them niggas. I don't owe y'all niggas nothing. This is the sad part. You don't even think. You look at he did some type of racial bonding. When they caught, they know how to say, okay, for the sake of what they're trying to do. Because there's certain things you don't need to know. What do you think this boy, let me ask y'all a question. Where would somebody, approximate age of 22, 23, get information of or conversation of calling us niggas and hanging us from a tree? From some old 19, 20, 18-year-old people? Or from his 50-something-year-old mom and daddy? From his 70, 80-year-old grandmama, granddaddy? Huh? Come on, folks. When y'all gonna learn? When are you gonna wake up and realize this man doesn't care about you? I appreciate the video. I appreciate him telling me he don't want me to join. I respect him better than the one that won't tell me. I ain't even mad with him. He don't owe me a dime for that video. I want more. Listen, he had a right. That's his group. Why are you trying to force yourself? Let me see. You just see the video saying, ain't no nigga gonna get in here that we hanging from a tree. And you want to get in here. Come on, nigga. You want to join today, nigga? What else do you need? I see a restaurant, no niggas allowed, and a white man here got no nigga all here. I don't want to go to good. Please let me go in that restaurant and eat. Come on in here, nigga. What you want? Scratching and itching? Dig? What you think he gonna do to your food? Am I expecting him to wash his hands? Why do black people make so many dumb decisions? Why am I forcing myself? Guess what? You don't patronize him. Some stuff just wasted. You ain't got to waste no time with no sign trying to force yourself on this man. This man don't want you. Don't push yourself on him. It's dumb. He don't want me here at university. Don't support it. We fought to get in white university. How much smarter are we now? Dumber. Let me tell you what the key you miss. He know that you are people, you mark whatever you see. The sad part is you lost a lot of your stability when you integrated. Because now you force yourself into with a group of people that didn't want you. That's how you got yourself in social promotion. When we had it all blacks and blacks were educating us, there was an agenda. I need to make sure that Mike can read, that he can count, that he can function, that he is literate, so he can come out here to compete against a different nation. But now since Mike has integrated and I'm a Caucasian teacher and I don't like this nigga anyway, I'll socially promote his behind. Now when he hit your streets, he'll rape your women. When he hit your streets, he'll sell drugs to your children. Mission accomplished. Give Kennedy a hand clap. John Kennedy. Black folk love him. That's what he do for niggas? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. You think he helped us? These people crippled us. White people sit back and they laugh at you. You actually gonna force yourself when I told you I don't want you here? What do you think gonna happen? The law, white people are the law. They make them as they go. For the people, by the people. If I don't even consider you a human being, how do you expect to actually walk in court and use this? When I look at you, you're not even a human being. You tell me I hate you, but I put this robe on, it changes, and I'm just going to be middle of the road and just say what the law say. Ain't nothing going to change that we make changes. The first resolution for us is getting stability with God. We don't need to do no marching. We don't need to do no protesting. We don't need no guns. We don't need to burn down nothing. We need information. Information is power, the right information. We've had information, and there hasn't been no power. We've been powerless with the information we had, because it's hard to fight a man. Let me tell you something. Even the ex-military people get you good. Let me get up. I don't know you. Can I use you? You come on down. I don't know that right. I'm going to teach you how to fight because you don't know, okay? What you do, I want you to stand like this, okay? Whenever you get ready to get in the fight, I want you to take this hand. I want you to swing it all the way out like that and come around here. Don't do it till you get in your stand. You can't do it till you get in your stand. Don't stand straight first. Okay, now get ready to fight. Okay, now what you got to do? I trained y'all. Then I'm going to take this out first. Everything I teach him, everything he know, I taught him. First of all, he don't do nothing until he get in that stand. Second of all, this hand go first. You think anything break out, you gonna fight me, boy? You finna beat me? Everything you know, I taught you. I'm gonna use what I was taught. I hope you do. I taught it to you. You're gonna use your education that you read in the book that I wrote. I hope you use it. I hope you use it. Taught the book I wrote. Listen, man, they train you. Y'all ever read books that go on a series? Okay. Curious George. Who remember Curious George? Who remember Lassie? Every episode, something changed. He was a different family. Every time I write and teach you something, nigga, don't you know the next volume coming out, I'm going to change it? Folk that supposed to die in the first one, they didn't really die. Look at Born Supremacy. How many times that boy done died? Boom, 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 shot him in the water. He said, oh, man, that's it, they got it. Part 3, come on. Wake up, swim, no bullet hole, whole nother man. You change it as you want to go. It's your story. Come on. Do y'all not see a subliminal message in anything that man give you? He'll show you a movie. How many times Batman had stuff right here finna die? Tune in next week, same time, same back channel. Come back next week, it's down here. Robin, if I can just read my utility belt. When it went out last week, it was right here. It's my story. I can change it when I get ready. That's the programming. Never try to use this man's stuff to come back and use it against him. Because he's going to change it. When you take him to a court of law, he can always change it. Most black people don't even know what habeas corpus is. He makes that up. It ain't even for you. You get a white man on something he don't want to get, use habeas corpus and claim he have proper representation, you throw everything out your head against him. You try to figure out what happened because they changed the law as they go. Just like the NFL, do they give a black quarterback the same playbook they give a white quarterback? No more than they're going to give a black lawyer everything about law they're going to give a white one. It ain't going to never happen. It's my game. Y'all been over people's houses before, hey, cousin? How many of y'all grew up with cousin friends, had stuff, you go to their house? And somebody might want, how many of y'all wasn't fair to treat, they give who they want, they stuff you out. They say it's mine. Yeah, who they want to give it to. It's my kind. I don't want to give you, I don't want to give you none. They might have told me to give them something. I don't want to give you none. It's mine. It's my choice. Give it. He don't want you to play with it. Y'all don't like that kind of teacher, do you? It's programming. Kids learning from somewhere. They learning from somewhere. Every behavior is taught. You're just going to pick up a right behavior. You got to teach a man or woman how to live right. You don't pick up how to live wrong. You got to teach a man or woman how to live wrong. Adam and Eve in the garden, what do we call that dispensation? Innocence. Innocence. God had given them a law that they was abiding by. You know what happened? Corruption entered. A serpent had to come in and convince and teach them to transgress. These behaviors of people that they're committing here, you've been taught these behaviors. If you're going to teach a man and woman how to love, it got to be taught. You're going to teach a person how to socialize or how to do things that are right. It's got to be taught. That's why we here in St. John 6:44. It's written in the prophet, they shall all be what? You just can't know God. There's no way you can just know God because I got a feeling. There's no way. You have to be taught of God. Once you're taught, that's when every man that had heard and had, you have to comprehend. That's when you come to the Father. But we have to use this same demonstration when it comes down to what we're trying to set up in our homes. Our kids are being dominated between the music, between the athletes, between the teachers and the coaches. Everybody has a better control of our home than us. There's no parent in the world ever had more control of their kids than a coach. Your kid will just make you think you do. Reason your kid will tell you what to do if the coach tell him. Coach tell him. Coach can snatch him up. Look him. He ain't finna cuss that coach and fight that coach. Coach better than daddy. Coach tell him when you gonna do. Coach will tell you, I'm your daddy. I'm your daddy. How many of y'all know coaches done told you that? Or know coaches that do it? Huh? Some of y'all be careful. Coach might be your daddy. All coaches ain't been faithful. I just throw that out there. For whatever reason it is, our kids are more prone to hear other people than us. Just like Adam and Eve were more prone to hear the serpent than they were God. God was their father. Isn't that right? So we have to come back and try to instill something back in our home. It starts with us first. It starts with us first. For us being parents, being better examples in our homes. The only way to do that is we got to mimic and model the word. That's the only way it's going to work. We got to get back to getting back that social ideal that God has instilled in us. There's a social ideal God has instilled us as being committed and being connected as a body. A body learns to function and care for itself first. If I'm having a heart attack, guess who I ain't worried about right now? Him. I'm concerned about me. The heart attack is only one organ, but that one organ is going to affect blood flow. It's going to affect blood flow to the brain. It's going to start to deal with my lungs. I'm going to need to breathe. It's going to start to deal with my balance. It's going to start to deal with my rationality. So it becomes a body function concern. My equilibrium becomes concerned because now I could lose balance and fall and injure myself. But we as a people are so divided that we have no care for ourselves. Even the Bible teaches when a man come down to loving his wife, that no man has never yet hated his own body. What does he do to it, brethren? He nourishes it. What else does he do to it? He cherishes it. The only way other people are going to accept you and respect you is only based upon how do you treat and carry yourself. You denigrate yourself in front of these people. You disrespect yourself in front of these other people. You have no morals. How do you expect these other nations to treat you? What do you expect from these people? You don't even care about yourself. A man or woman that truly care about themselves going to first get to know his creator. I need to know something about me. How did my existence come into play? All these things should be something that should be of concern. Huh? Come on, sir. I got to get something. I'm going to use these. Come on, I got to roll. I got to roll.